Hey y'all, how are you? Happy full moon. I am KB and you're watching The Infinite Empress, and I'm coming back to you today with a new reading. This is going to be the reading for the full moon in Leo. We're going to be tapping into the energy, kind of seeing what's coming in for the collective. So before I get started, please make sure you're liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing the videos. I truly appreciate you guys for watching and commenting. I see every comment, and I just hope that the channel can keep growing moving forward. So, I actually wanted to come here today. I was going to do a pick a card reading today, but I actually decided to wait until tomorrow to do it because I'm taking the weekend off. I have some stuff to do in regarding, I did speak about creating the website and some things that we're bringing there. So I'm working on that this weekend. So I'm just going to take a break from YouTube for 2 days and I'll be back at it on Monday. So tomorrow I'm going to try to get a pick a card reading done and get that posted. I know last time YouTube was tripping, so I'm going to get it completed, but it may take, a while for it to get uploaded. But if I have time tomorrow, I'll make sure I get that done and add it to the channel. All right, so before we get started, this is a general reading. Please only take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So we're going to be doing the reading on the full moon in Leo. I did do a little bit of research on it. We know the sun is in Aquarius, and we have a full moon in Leo, and we do know that is the opposite. Those are two fixed energies that are opposites to each other. Where we have the Aquarius sun that is all about, they're very humanitarian. They are thinking about the collective as a whole and what they can do to make the better. And we know Leo is more so, it rules the sun and it's more about the self. And it also talks about, it's kind of like you're having to balance out your energy, what you need to do for yourself, and also what you need to do for others as well. So the full moon in Leo also talks about, it's going to be like a lot of high energy. Because I know my daughter has a Leo moon, and she's very dramatic. It's like a lot of things is about her. So during this time you could experience like a lot of drama, altercations coming in, but this is really just a time about you working on your aspirations, your goals. Leo energy also is about the ego. It's about what motivates you and what pushes you as well, what your desires are. And we know Leo people, I have not met a Leo person in my life that hasn't been on a shit. To tell you the truth, if you a Leo watching and you ain't on your shit, then it's something clearly wrong. It's something that we gotta go ahead and get you up on that, because every Leo that I have encountered that I have been friends with, they've all had their shit together in some way, shape, or form. So pretty much we're needing to embody that type of energy, putting yourself out there. If you're not used to putting yourself out there, i.e. me, I used to be very much in my shell. So I do have a Leo 10th house placement. So in my 10th house, I have Leo. So I'm actually, prone to be in the spotlight, motivating other people, and, taking charge of my career. So that is something that I'm actually really looking forward to. Another thing that you would need to also check out is where the full moon is transiting in your houses. That will play a major key role. It'll also tell you where the full moon will be affecting you the most. Like I have a Leo 10th house, so it will be transiting my 10th house, and it will actually affect it, which before I wasn't really like, I was kind of like dragging my feet for a minute because I was kind of scared to put myself out there. So what I did was I started to work on my craft with the readings, with the tarot readings, and I also got me a mentor to help, build my confidence up to get me out there. I got my chart read to see if what it is I was supposed to be doing as far as reading tarot, helping people, is actually what I was supposed to be doing. And when I got confirmation from Spirit and my mentor who did my chart reading that I was supposed to be doing this, it was all hands on deck at that point. And so I just felt like that I'm just going to take a leap of faith, and I'm going to trust in the universe, and whatever comes, it comes. My whole goal is to reach as many people as possible and help them, motivate them to be better, because I feel like that there are some people who don't have people that can motivate them. I had someone very important to me that was able to motivate me, which was my mother, and God rest her soul, she's no longer living here, but I had to find a way to do that myself and come out of my shell. So I'm slowly doing it, but I feel like this moon is also about you stepping out of your shell as well, going after your goals and aspirations. So check out your natal chart. If you know your time, that's even great, because you can also get your houses and you can figure out where this full moon will be transiting, affecting you the most. So you just need to pretty much watch out for a lot of high energy that's going to be coming in with family, friends. Work life can be a little bit off kilter. You may want to start getting your goals more in alignment with the full moon. This is a good full moon to manifest your dreams and your goals, put it out there in the universe. And then what you do is after you put it out there, you set it, you forget it, and then you start working on it too. As you do your part to work on it, the spirit can bless you as well. So that's pretty much what all of the spiel that I have for it. So what I did is that I actually pulled some cards out and we're going to get some messages. I just wanted to know what was the energy that was coming in for the collective. And so I pulled some cards and we're going to pull a couple tarot cards around it to see if we can get any additional information. So let's just hop right into it. So I'm going to go ahead and lay the cards out and we can talk about it. All right, first card out. We have water your garden, nourish the body, care, tenderness, and rest. So some of you are working extremely too hard and you don't take enough time for yourself and you're needing to. Then we had the courage card. Hopefully you guys can see that. We have soul journey. I asked for one card out of some of these decks and Spirit gave me like 3 and 4. So apparently like these decks, they really had messages to come out. We also had let go. Like this is something that we have been talking about heavily on my channel about letting things go. Going through a transformational period, being okay with starting anew. I know that that's pretty like heavy with the collective, but that's always a ever-changing thing. You're gonna always be letting go of people, places, and things that no longer serve you because no one is meant to be in your life to stay forever. You do have people that will, and there's some people that fade. We tend to keep and hold on to those people because it's familiar to us, and we're needing to break out of the habit of that because it stops our abundance. It stops from things from being manifested to come towards us. We also have the divine feminine. So a lot of you watching are divine feminines, and there's a need for you to start carrying yourself as a divine feminine and also taking care of yourself. I'm guilty of this as well. I am a mom and I have a full-time job. And I'm also doing this tarot thing, so I tend to kind of forget about myself. So I've been remembering that I needed to it's time for me to continue to start putting myself first too, because I tend to put myself on the back burner. When you're a mom, you tend to do things like that, but you still have to remember to take care of yourself as well. Because if the mom is not good, this can even be for a male too. Mom or dad, they're not good, and it's like, ain't nothing happening. So you still have to remember to nourish the body and take care of yourself. Then we have keys to intimacy. This was a card that came out in the daily reading. So if you're not following me on Instagram, definitely check that out. I pull a card every day. And they're like my morning cards, my daily cards that I pull for myself. And this card came out. And it was a message today about moving on away from situations that no longer serve us. And the fact this is coming out again, I feel like this is also a play off of what I got this morning as well. So this says key to intimacy. Intimate love is a core need to be met in relation to ourselves, taking care of ourselves and those closest to us. The journey to intimacy often includes learning what love is not. So some of us are in situations where we feel like it's love and it's really not. All right, then we have radical self-acceptance. You are perceived the way you perceive yourself. Okay, I'm gonna put this right here. All right, then we have, I'm going to use this one last because I've seen that at the bottom of the deck. So the card we have is grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. All right, and I'm getting something like definitely crazy off of that, but we have failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. And then I pulled this off the bottom of the deck because I felt like it played well into the reading. I'm sorry if you hear my son in the background. He feel like he's Spider-Man, so... He's 4, let him have it. Okay, freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. All right, and we also have nature. We have effort. I don't know if you can see that because I know it's kind of effort. Then we also have, look at that. What I say this full moon's about following your dreams. So some of you guys definitely need to be doing. I'm sorry, don't mind me. I'm silly. All right, then we have door to personal healing and happiness in the reverse. All right, and then we have stand your ground, number 7. And then we have great gratitude in the reverse. And we have taking steps in the reverse. All right, so... All right, to be quite honest with this, what I'm seeing is that a lot of you that are watching this video are having an issue with, one, letting things go, and also taking care of yourself. It's like we neglect, it's like some of you are actually watching this that are not actually taking care of yourself. It's like you're going about your day-to-day life, and it's like you're forgetting you're forgetting you. You are the divine feminine. The divine feminine is the carrier of anything light. She is the mother. She is an alchemist. She is the person who makes shit happen. We actually lead the divine masculine as well, even though they're supposed to be the one to take the action, but pretty much like the strength and everything comes from the divine feminine. Like we push our divine masculines to be better. And this can also resonate for divine masculine watchers as well. If you have a divine feminine in your life, then you know you can kind of like relay this to her about her not taking care of herself, or this can also be your energy, because we have both divine masculine and divine feminine energy in us. So it's still a need to take care of the feminine aspect of yourself. So starting over here with watering your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. Some of you actually need to take time off, go get a massage, relax, light some candles. Just taking time out to rest your mental space. It's like you're going and going and going every day. And it's like the more that you go, the less time you're making for yourself. And it's like there's a need for you to actually do that. When you're taking care of your body, you're more open to and receptive to spirit's energy. You're more open to the messages that they give you. You see in this card how this girl is here and she's like in the water bathing. And then you see how the star is up here. This is spirit right here shining down his light on her. I say he. It could be a she. Whatever it is to you. But it's like spirit is shining the light on you. It's like you can connect more with spirit when you're taking care of yourself. I did say I was guilty of this as well, and spirit has told me plenty of times that I needed to start doing that. It's like when you're taking care of your body, your mind opens up. And it's like you can also help other people as well. And a lot of people that's watching this is on some type of a soul journey. And we all know with soul journey comes a lot of lessons. And one of the huge lessons with the soul journey we have to understand is that the biggest lesson is learning how to let go. And when you're on a soul journey, you are learning that you can't hold on to a lot of things. It's like we want to hold on tight to things, i.e. it could be jobs that no longer work for us, relationships that we're trying to hold on to that are mediocre. I can't talk. Is mediocre as hell, and we want to hold on to that because that's familiar to us. And we hold on to these things because it's about like some of us, I just heard, don't want to be alone. We don't want to be alone, so we'll settle for having something there than to have nothing. But actuality, when you're settling for shit like that, you're still actually alone in a way, because if you're not fully loving yourself, you're not accepting the best that comes in for you. You're going to accept anything, which is kind of like you being alone. Because if you were in a higher vibration, taking care of yourself physically and mentally, you wouldn't allow certain things to come in. And I also got with the grief card, when I have, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. I heard losing yourself. So it's kind of like you don't really appreciate yourself until you've completely lost it. So if you're in a situation where you completely giving yourself to something, whether it's work, your kids, your home, and it's like you set your dreams and your goals to the side for others, and it's kind of like you look up one day and you don't even know who the fuck you are. You don't. And you're wondering where all this time went and how did you lose yourself. So you start to miss yourself because you just don't know how you let yourself get away from you. And I'm looking at this let go card. It's like a lot of you have had a lot of truth moments. The let go card it's the sort of truth. It's like cutting through bullshit. It's like you're really having to cut through a lot of shit in your life to set yourself free, because I feel like a lot of you are tied down to a lot of shit, whether it be a relationship, whether it be a job that's holding you down, whether you're in the energy of not being able to accept yourself for the way that you are, i.e. body, i.e. mental. You may be weird. You may like to do different shit from other people, and you have not accepted yourself enough to, it's like you don't have that self-love for yourself. This is something that is like, it's like hard for a lot of us to accept, to actually look in the mirror and actually state our flaws to ourselves. But it's needed though, because once you can actually look at yourself in the mirror and actually sit there and say, well, you know, I do have these issues. I don't like this about myself and X, Y, and Z, then you can turn it into a positive and see well, why do I not like that? Is it because of what somebody else told me, or is it really an issue? What can I do to fix that to where I'm better about it? What can I do to change my perspective on that? Of course, I don't have this size body, or I don't have the perfect teeth or the perfect smile, but I'm unique in my own way. I'm me for me. And with this Leo energy, Leos are very confident people too. It's like you can't tell Leo shit. You can't. You can try all day and you will still be wrong. And it's like we need to embody that energy, that sun energy, that confidence energy, because when you have that confidence on the inside, it shines on the outside. So people will automatically see you radiating because you have learned to love yourself. You have learned to take care of yourself. You have learned to put yourself first. You have learned to stop letting people stress you the hell out. Relationships that is not doing you good, you're learning to let those go. You're starting to see what really love is and what it's not. And a lot of us don't know what love is because we don't have enough love for ourselves as self-love to even know where to even start with that. So, for example, if you don't have self-love for yourself and you're not taking care of yourself, like somebody can come in and offer you anything and you'll go for it. That's why a lot of us accept these relationships where we end up in third-party situations, or it's kind of like we're settling for somebody who cheats. Once a motherfucker cheat, it's like we'll say, it's okay. It had to be something that I was doing wrong. So, I'm going to give him another chance or her another chance. And then they turn around and just be a little bit more clever than they were the last time. And they do it again because they know that you're going to accept it. Why? Because you don't have enough self-love for yourself to know that that shit wasn't on you and you don't deserve to be treated like that. And it's like, oh, it's okay. None of that shit is okay. People deserve to treat you with respect, but as I said before on my channel in other videos, how can you expect for someone to give you the respect that you're looking for when you don't have it for yourself? And this card about you accepting yourself, the way you perceive is the way you perceived is the way people perceive you. Basically, the way you see yourself, it shows in other people. There are people who have intuitive abilities that don't use it for the right reasons, and they can sniff out people who has insecurities, and they go after people like that because they know that they can get whatever they want and do whatever they want to that person because they know that person doesn't love themselves. That's some bullshit, but we definitely have people out here like that. A lot of you procrastinate on stepping out on faith and going out following your dreams. I just heard some people are like stuck in a 9-to-5 job. Some of you feel like that you have to have a education to do it. You don't. Whatever you love. It's like so many people who are millionaires that don't even have a college degree that is making multi-million dollars. And that's because the world we live in today, we live in the age of Aquarius. It's all about it's the internet, how you promote yourself and how you put yourself out there to the collective. It's how people perceive you. This is also like you needing to accept yourself, because if you're trying to put yourself out there in front of people, then you have to know that you're going to kind of have to step out of your shell a little bit, and you got to be okay with that. I feel like I'm talking to people who are not as comfortable with being out in the forefront. And the people who are, this is kind of like, you really don't really need this reading, but you can always like freshen up if you probably still need to take care of yourself. But I feel like I'm talking more to people who are having issues with stepping out of their comfort zone, or I'm talking to people who are having a hard time letting go of a situation. I'm talking to people who has a hard time with failure. I have people who feel like that they're caged in and they can't be free. But it's like about putting in the effort and the hard work. Some of us do need to, step outside of ourselves. Maybe you need to get back outside into nature to connect with yourself. And the reason why I say that, because it's nature card here, and I see this girl. She's kind of like out in the, she's like out in like a lake or ocean. She's surrounded by nature, and it's also like nature cards here. It's like stepping out into nature will kind of help ground yourself a little bit more. It's like getting grounded. And I did see a card when I was shuffling here. I want to say it was at the bottom of the language of healing deck. It was a grounding card, so there's a need to get grounded as well. With the clouds here, I feel like some of you are really up in your heads a lot, and you could be like on this journey and very confused about where you're at this point. And what I'm kind of hearing spirit say, that if you do take time to rest and to start healing yourself and to start making time for yourself, those self-care days are very vital to your soul's journey. You're gonna need those, because some of the things that spirit may bring to the surface may cloud your judgment. It may be hard, and sometimes it is a harsh as truth. But it's allowing you to cut through it with this let go card with the sword, to cut through it to see things clearly. So it's like you're going to know. But all of this is happening to you so you can step more into your power, into your divine feminine power. This is like a part of your healing cycle. So I feel like a lot of this shit is bringing up a lot of things that you really thought that you may have had figured out, or you may have thought that it didn't affect you as much. But it's like when you're going through an ascension, everything of what you thought is not what it is. It's like you're starting to see that you've been asleep the entire time and you have not been woke. And some of the shit is absolutely painful. You're going to start to see that people who you called yourself being in a relationship with, it wasn't really love. Like you really thought this person loved you. You're going to start seeing that they did not. You're going to start seeing how you've lacked so much within yourself, how you've allowed these cycles to continue to happen with certain people, and how you have held on to it, and you held on to it because of your own, it's like your own insecurities, because you were lacking somewhere. The great gratitude in reverse is like, what I'm getting from this, I keep hearing that you don't have enough gratitude for where you are in life or yourself. And that's like a huge blow. Could be a huge blow to the ego for some people, but it's needed. Like you're going through all this because you're stepping into your power. This is divine feminine power. You're stepping into that. That's the most powerful place that you can be. To be a divine feminine and to actually go through some shit and to go through your ascension, and then it's like you're going to be seeing things so clearly now. It's not going to be hard for you to let things go that shouldn't be in your life. It's not going to be hard for you to sniff people out that doesn't have your best interest at heart. You will be free from all of that shit. With the freedom card, you'll be free from all of that bullshit. Then you'll be able to step into your light. Following your dreams is a huge important path. So whatever your calling is on your soul's journey, you definitely need to find that out. If you don't know where to start, you can always, like I said, get your natal chart read, and someone can actually help you find the path that you're supposed to be on. Some of you are artists, so some of you are needing to use your hands. Some of you are meant to be humanitarian activists. Some of you are meant to do like this shit, tarot, spiritual work. Some of you are meant to do so many different things. It's like we're all not put on earth to do the same thing. We all have a different calling, and it's about you stepping into that, following your path, and doing what you're needing to do for the collective. So that way you learn the lessons that Spirit has put you here for, and then when it's your time comes, you can navigate into the next phase of your life, of your journey, whatever that is. If they're not going to send you back here the next time, then you'll be able to move forward in your life. But I feel like that you don't take a lot of steps, and I feel like that the reason being is that I just heard some of you feel like that you can't do it. You definitely can. Spirit's saying that you have to put the effort, because I feel like a lot of you doubt it. A lot of you are scared of failing. Maybe some of you are feeling like, you have a job that is pretty consistent in your life. It pays well, but it's stable. And you feel like if you step out and you follow your dreams, it's like there's a huge opportunity of failing. You can look at it like that, but there's another huge opportunity that you can fail yourself by not following your dreams and staying in something that is only for the fact that it's comfortable. You're doing a huge disservice to yourself when you're not putting yourself first. Because honestly, to tell you the truth, when you follow your dream, you following that North Node, and you looking at your Jupiter sign can also tell you how you can make bread too. But it's like if you're following that, you're gonna make money because you're doing what you're meant to do. Money is gonna attract to you instantly with no problem whatsoever. And it's like some of you are needing to have the courage to do that. You're needing to have the courage to step out. So I'm seeing like huge healing is needed. And some of you are going through an ascension, and a lot of this shit is being brought up with this full moon. And it's like you're going to navigate through that. You're going to be able to cut through it. You're going to be fine. It's like those days when you're not feeling your best, go in and have a self-care day. Take care of yourself so you can get back on track. For others of you, you're needing to follow your calling. You're needing to step out, take a leap of faith, Understand the spirit has your back. You will not fail. You just need to start putting in the effort. And once you start following your dreams, it's not going to be something that may pop off overnight. For some people, it will. For other people, your lesson here is you do need to learn how to work for what it is you want, because you'll appreciate it more. So you just need to keep going. You don't need to stop. And the biggest lesson out of all of this is to remember yourself. Remember who you are, and to put yourself in the forefront. If you feel like that there is something that is just no longer resonating with you, you need to heavily consider cutting that shit out of your life and letting it go. Because anything that doesn't belong there will only hold you back. And you have to be okay with letting shit go. You have to, because when you on this soul, this soul journey shit, you have no choice. Because what spirit does, when you try to hold on to something, they'll make it even harder for you, to where you don't have a choice but to just let it go. You got to go with the flow. You got to figure out where it is that you need to be. This Leo moon energy is all about you stepping out there, doing what it is you need to do, working through it, taking care of yourself, stepping out there, shining bright. We need to start shining. Let me see what else is coming in. And also, I want to say, once you find yourself through this journey, don't ever lose it again. Don't ever lose it again. And I'm sure you're not going to, because once you go through an ascension, and I'm a testament to that. Since I've been going through this, I've been learning so much about myself, and I just feel like I'm like, oh, I didn't know that I could do that. Looking at, and it's like, once I learned and I knew that I could do certain things, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Me knowing myself, like, I've never been so clear about myself in my entire life. And I can't see myself going back to what I was doing before my ascension, before all of this, before I was introduced to spirituality. I was clearly lost before I got here. So if I can't actually go through this, and I've been through a lot, it's like everybody can too. I'm right here with you as far as needing to remember to take care of myself. So this message resonates for me too. Even though I try, any of my readings that I do, I try not to have any of my energy affect the reading. I solely wanted to be helping other people. But you know, when Spirit puts a message out there for the collective, I can't just exclude myself. So this working on myself as far as taking care of myself, then that's what I kind of need to do, because I'm trying to get more in alignment with Spirit. And I'm sure all of you are wanting that too. See what else I'm getting from this. Yeah, so the biggest thing I would say is, please, 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 if you guys are needing help working through your ascension, please reach out to a spiritual teacher that can help you do that. A life coach, whatever you need that specializes in ascension, you definitely can do that. Also, you know, book an appointment. If you can't afford to go to a spa, do that shit at home. Like I said, get you some candles. Make sure your house is really clean and everything is smelling good. Buy you some incense. Play you some soft binaural beats music, or listen to music that relaxes you. And buy you some of the Dr. Steele's, they have like a melatonin bath, and they also have like different ones that you can ask, like the Epsom salt that you can put inside of your bath, fill it up with some rose petals, and just sit in it and pray and meditate in that water. And just think about everything that you want to release out of your body. That can also help you if you can't afford to go out and pamper yourself. And then start meditating more, praying more about the things that you want to release, or you ask Spirit, you know, to help you release some things. Go out in nature. I know for some places it's cold as shit. Up here where I am, it's cold, it's snowing. But, and I don't do the cold. I definitely don't do that. So even if you just need to go out while you're running errands, go ahead and just step out, get some fresh air, grounding yourself, praying the Spirit, do whatever it is you need to do, and start coming up with that business plan. Start figuring out where it is you want to start. If you need to figure out what it is that you're trying to do, get your natal chart read. It's a whole lot of YouTubers on here that actually can read your natal chart for you, or whoever you trust, and see what it is you're supposed to be doing with your life. See what your soul's purpose is. See what it is you're supposed to be doing. Have them check out your 10th house, your North Node, and also your Jupiter placement. That can tell you what it is you're supposed to be doing. And for other people who are going through this relationship trouble, understand that if it is not working, if you are forcing it to fit, if it is hard for you to get this person to work with you, if they're not showing up, if they are acting crazy, If you cannot understand why they can't fucking make a choice between you and another person, this is what Spirit is telling you to do. Let it the fuck go. I know it's easier said than done. Even if you gotta take baby steps, do what you need to do, because at the end of the day, you are the only one that matters in this situation. And the way that you are perceived, if you're gonna take and tolerate certain shit that people do to you, then they perceive you as someone who can be easy to get over on. And we don't do that shit. Because my saying is, you too goddamn fine for letting anybody do anything to you. So, yeah. So we're all working together. I don't think I need to pull any tarot on here. I think that the message was pretty straightforward with this. But it's time for us to go ahead and step into that energy. It's 2021. This is a whole new year. This is a perfect time. Like I said, it's the year of the 5. This is the year of the change. It is time to start making those changes. No more sitting around. No more doing anything you ain't supposed to do. Also, I just heard you need to drink more water too. I looked at this card and I just saw water. So drinking more water will help you too. Stop drinking like highly carbonated beverages. Water, water, water. Water is going to cleanse the freaking body and open up your mind. Gym as well. If some of you need to get in the gym and work out, do that too. Do whatever you need to do so you can get mentally clear. You can start loving on yourself, and you can start going after that job that you want. Okay? So, I hope this message helped someone out there, even if it's at least just one person. I'm cool with that too. You know, it was one person, and that's word of mouth. They can get that around to somebody else too. But I hope this reading does make its way around people. And like I said, I'll try to come back on here tomorrow to do a pick a card reading. Hopefully I can get that done. But if not, anything else you need from me will be linked in the description box below. And until the next time, peace.